Okay, this is Ray Felch gonna talk about Curse of Chucky a little bit. I'm not gonna show my face. I'm just gonna show my while I talk a little bit. And I'm very proud to announce that I loved this movie. I can't believe it took us 9 years to get this movie. After Seed of Chucky, it took an additional 9 years to receive this film. And I just have to start off by saying I love it. The atmosphere is perfect. The gothic tone in the house is awesome. I think everybody already knows much about this movie, so I'm not going to really go into detail. Other than we know, Nika, played by Brad Dourif's daughter, is in a wheelchair, and her mom and her get a good guy doll mailed to them. That right away creates suspicion, of course, because who sent it? Where did it come from? That very night, her mom is killed with a pair of scissors, and we meet the rest of the family, including the priest. I can't say his name, so I'm not going to bother. A. Martinez. I'm sorry, I can actually say it. um, we get Barb Price, her sister, who is a complete bitch through this whole movie. I mean, she really just was annoying as hell. To find out that she was gay then with the nanny was kind of interesting, but other than that, it's like she was a pain in the ass. So I couldn't wait to see her get it. I loved it when Chucky stabbed her in the eyeball, saying she had her mother's eyes and they were too fucking close together. One of my favorite actresses is Meltland McDonald. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. She was in some B movies, like Cheerleaders, Ninja Cheerleaders. Pretty cool movie actually, but very But yeah, one of the best parts of this movie is seeing Andy finally return, but not till the end credits. As we all know, he's back in Cult of Chucky. We'll get to that later on, but yeah, I liked the idea that this movie pretty much stuck around the house the entire time. And I think the disgusting scene I did not like would be the chili scene. When they were eating that, I mean, it was a beautiful lit scene. The candles, the table, everything was beautiful about it. But I really found that chili to be disgusting when they were eating it. Now, I think for a little bit of criticism, I will bring up, though, about Chucky's plan. His entire plan was to isolate the family alone so he could go after everybody one by one. And when he decided to put the rat poison in the food, he got extremely lucky. I think we all know that, right? Because that Russian roulette chili scene very easily could have been the little girl that got that. I mean, if that would have happened, the entire plan would have been completely destroyed because, I mean, they'd have taken her to the hospital. It just would have ruined the entire plan there, I guess. And what a dumbass the priest was, because he knew something was wrong, but he just leaves the house, runs another couple off the road, because as you saw, there was like two bodies laying on the ground, and his head is completely removed when they get him. It's like, why would he do that? I just don't understand that. He knew something was wrong. He knew he should have probably said something. He broke a sweat, so something was wrong. And yeah, we get the return of Brad Dourif as Charles Lee Ray in a flashback scene, where we find out how he completely screwed Fiona's family over, Nika's family. He's the reason why she was crippled in that chair then. And I loved when he announced all that and talked about all the families he destroyed, the Barclay family and the Kincaids, the Tillys. And then she teases him about, his masculinity, basically, and why he wasn't able to kill Andy. And then he goes after her. She gets in the elevator, but yeah, he doesn't really get to kill her there. As we know, the next one where she's going to be. I'd say this one does have pretty creative kills. I did like the one where the nanny was video chatting with the mom, and Chucky kicks the bucket of water over and electrocutes her. That was a pretty cool scene, I gotta admit. Actually, there wasn't a whole lot of great kills in this, but it wasn't, a terrible movie. I just can't believe we had to wait 9 years, but after Seed of Chucky, I can kind of see why we were stuck waiting a little bit, but otherwise, it wasn't a terrible movie, though.
Dead.
No, you are.
But
Didn't your mother ever mention me?
I mean, yeah, when we got to find out about the family reunion, Chucky was there. That was a pretty cool scene, I gotta be honest. Jennifer Tilly, only having about a minute, maybe a minute and a half in this film, kills another cop in the same way she did in Bride of Chucky. I mean, man, the cops were really portrayed as fools, of course, in the Chucky movie. And one thing I didn't, that's never been touched upon again in this, is when the father was trying to find out where his daughter was, and he had the nanny cam, we found out. It's like, when Nika I know nobody would believe a killer doll, of course, was out there, but didn't they find that evidence? I mean, you think that never gets re-mentioned. I mean, and with everything that happened to Andy and his mom, Chucky doing that, killing everybody and blaming them. It's like, I'm trying to think of what to say here. And then you don't see the Chucky, Chucky goes psycho. They're making a movie all about that, basically. Well, about what happened in Bride of Chucky, but you know what I mean? It's like, we got to get to that point where they finally do acknowledge this more, I would say. And the last thing I'll say is, one thing I loved about when we saw Andy in the last scene is, just in case we wouldn't have been getting another Chucky movie when he shot Chucky and then it ended like that. One thing I loved about that is, from 1988 to 2013, that would have been a satisfying ending, I got to be honest, to know that he finally did get Chucky. You know what I mean? But since we know Cult of Chucky happened, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil anything about that yet, but we know there's more, and there's much more to come probably after Cult, I'm hoping at least. But yeah, if we wouldn't have gotten this new one that just came out, I was satisfied with the ending, because at least we know Andy finally did get back at Chucky then. He blew his head off, and that would have been it then. We knew that. But yeah. Alright, so if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like, any comments you want to leave. But yeah, please enjoy the video, and let me know if you want to hear about Cult. I'm going to probably talk about it either way, but give me a heads up if you want to hear it or not. I'm still very new at this, so just going about it as I go. Thanks.